Hi, everyone. This is Becky LaPlant. I'm one of the owner volunteers who is working to build and get our co-op open, and I'm also leading our fundraising efforts. So I'm with you here for a few minutes today to bring you an update about where we are with our finances and why this spring is so important to us, reaching our vision of a owner community-owned co-op for the Grand Rapids and Itasca area. This image gives us some context of where we are today and some of the major milestones that we've accomplished since actually May 2024, which includes the purchase agreement for the site in downtown Grand Rapids, which, by the way, if you didn't know this, is the #1 site picked in the market study that we had done. We have also put together an excellent team of architects and designers and project managers. I believe Brandon touched on that in his last video. So if you haven't seen that, go back and look at that one. We started officially the community investment campaign last April. So we've been going at it for a little bit over a year now. And I'll talk a little bit later about the extension of the campaign to May and June. Hopefully we'll wrap up by then. So stay tuned for more information about that. If all goes right, we can anticipate breaking ground perhaps yet in 2026, but more likely in 2027. And this is what we're building, a 6,000 square foot community-owned, community-operated grocery store in the heart of Grand Rapids. But it goes beyond that, doesn't it? With the food co-op coming into existence, we will, for the first time in our community, be able to bridge that connection between local farmers and producers and local people who want to eat good food. We will also be bringing in money into our community that will actually stay in our community through the profits that the co-op generates. You've likely seen a version of this chart before. I updated it for us to look at today. I'd like to start with grants. And as you can see, we've already raised $1.5 million towards our grant goal. And having said that, we want to acknowledge the Blandin Foundation and the Itasca County for making that possible. You'll see here that we also have almost $1 million in pending grants that we are just waiting every day to hear back from to see if we got them or not. There is a gap in our grant funding, and to be totally candid with you, this is what keeps me up at night. But we have other resources available, and we are leaving no stone unturned as we search for more grants that align with our project. Moving on to donations and preferred shares. This is us as owners. And as of January, we hit the incredible milestone of reaching $1 million in our $1.5 million total campaign. This is awesome. And I have no doubt that we'll be able to reach our $1.5 million grand total during the May-June campaign. Moving on the chart, we see that we do have tax abatements here. Those are with the city of Grand Rapids and Itasca County. And I don't have a number for that yet, but as soon as I do, I'll go ahead and add that to the chart. Then we have a very small but significant sliver for owners' original $100 investment. That's the $100 that you and I both put up and said, yes, we want to make this co-op happen. You'll see the last slice of the pie is new market tax credits. And I'm going to pause and spend a little bit of time on the importance of new market tax credits. First, let's start with the definition of a new market tax credit. I know I certainly had not heard of one before we started this project. It's a federal incentive that attracts private investment into low-income communities by providing investors with a tax credit over a period of time in exchange for funding local businesses and real estate projects. Our project aligns beautifully with the intent of a new market tax credit. And what's the beautiful thing about these? While they're an incredibly complex financial tool, they do provide for us up to anywhere between $900,000 and $1 million of net benefit. And so what that means, this is capital that we can use for our project. This is not a loan. This is net benefit capital. So this is an extremely huge and important piece of our funding strategy. What this means to us as owners is that when we make a contribution, whether that be through a donation or preferred shares to the co-op, what we're doing is we're not only adding to this bottom line of $1.5 million, we are enabling our ability to go with credibility and apply for new market tax credits with our support of the co-op coming through in a good way. So I want you to keep that in mind as you're thinking about making contributions, that it's not only your, $50 or $100,000 that you are contributing. You are contributing to this new market tax credit and our ability to leverage our funds into close to $1 million worth of funding that will come our way. With my grant writing hat on, I'm always looking for opportunities for us to apply for grants. And a new co-op in North Flint, Michigan just opened. And so I sent an email to that board and asked what resources that they had that possibly we could leverage here in Grand Rapids, Minnesota. And I got a lovely response back from Dr. Reggie Flynn, one of their board members. And he's actually going to be doing an introduction, hopefully, to one of their grantors. So anyway, what he wrote back it just warmed my heart, and I wanted to share this with you too, because one of the things we heard in the survey is, God, what's taking it so long to get this co-op built? Here's what Reggie says. He says, it took us 12 long years to secure the funding and financing to construct, equip, and staff our co-op. I fully understand the financial challenges very well. We are cheering for you all. Don't give up. So 12 years, we're in year 10, and we're not going to give up. We will finish this. So with that, I will say thank you for listening and have a great rest of your today.